So it is highly imperative for us to know the differences between these concepts. Okay. So Murari, you need to write down what is the meaning of society first of all. So society is literally telling us that how humans belongs to animal category, but they are social animals. So why they are social animals? Because we live in a group. Okay, we interact. We need people around us. We are interdependent on each other for our daily survival. So that is one part which you people have to learn. Okay, so that is one thing. Then you can write down George Simmel name. He is a very renowned sociologist. So it is this element of sociability which defines the true essence of society. Okay. So it indicates that man always lives in the company of other people. So man is a social animal. It was said by Aristotle, man lives in towns, cities, tribes, villages, but never alone. Loneliness brings him boredom and fear. So men do not live in isolation. Although this is even similar, and it is a similar fact for other species also do not live in isolation. Most of them live in some sort of sociability. Okay, so that is one part. So why do we need society for our survival? So we humans need society for our survival. Society has become an essential condition for human life to arise and to continue. Okay, so this is what you will see. You can write one or two definitions. Okay, so this PPT will be shared with you, so you people can write down later on. So a society is a collection of individuals united by certain relations or mode of behavior which mark them off from others who do not enter into these relations or who differ from them in behavior. Okay, that's what you will see. Society is the complex of organized institutions with a community. Society is the union itself, the organization, the son of formal relations in which associating individuals are bound together. Okay, so this is one another definition. The term society refers not to group of people, but to the complex pattern of the norms of interaction that arise among and between them. Society is a web of social relationships. This definition you can write it down right now. Is a web of social relationship. Okay. Now write down these characteristics. The basic characteristics of society are as follows. सबसे पहले समाज में आपको people मिलेंगे. So society consists of people, mutual interaction and mutual awareness. Society depends on likeness. Society rests on differences too. Cooperation and division of labor you will find. Society implies interdependence. Society is dynamic. Social control is there. And you will find culture in every society. Basically, it was culture, then civilization, and then we can talk about society. Society बाद में बना, पहले वो culture था, ठीक है? So you should be knowing this. ये हमारे 2.1 anthropology का syllabus का part भी है. So you can see. Basically, I am starting with society, but you will see it was culture. So culture can be explained as a way of life. Okay? Culture is a way of life. Basically for what? For your survival. Okay, so when you survive, you need to definitely live in a group because humans are social animals. So you do need religion to answer questions like why humans are dying. You need to go for hunting and gathering, like, you know, for your survival you need to walk. So you need economy, you need to know how resources will be distributed. Okay, you need polity, so that some would lead the group. You need, you know, culture, like in terms of social life, where we are having family system, where we are looking after the new members of life. So culture has basically become a way of life, right? Now, when this culture got little advanced, so from hunting gathering or from Neolithic culture, okay, from Neolithic ways of life, when we have become civilized, so you will see even during Paleolithic stage we did have culture. Culture हर समाज में होगा, पर you know, ये हर समाज का एक culture होगा ही होगा. All right, so you need to see that. So culture and society we often see in a interdependent, intercomplementary manner, but दोनों में difference है. Okay, so culture is just a general framework. Society is diverse, it is specific. Every society will have cultural universals. Okay, so these all are, which I have made here, these are cultural universals. You can call it social institutions also. Okay, तो सारे समाज में ये cultural universals मिलेंगे, but ये diverse होंगे, ये different होंगे. Okay. ओके, कल्चर, जब ये कल्चर आप कह सकते हो पैलियो से थोड़ा मूव किया, मेसोलिथिक से मूव किया, नियोलिथिक, so these all are stage, पैलियोलिथिक, मेसोलिथिक, लियोलिथिक. ओके, यहां से जब हम, और यू कैन से स्टोन एजेस, स्टोन टूल्स, जब हम इस इन स्टेजेस से slowly and gradually move करें, and then we have moved to which stage? Civilization. मतलब ये जो हमारी वेज ऑफ लाइफ है, ये जो सर्वाइवल है, इसको हमने सिस्टमैटिक कर दिया, इसको हमने एडवांस्ड कर दिया. तो जब हमने कल्चर को, इस कल्चर को, इस वे ऑफ लाइफ को, सर्वाइवल को, इकोनॉमी को, सोशल को, पॉलिटी को, रिलीजन को, जब हमने सिस्टमैटिक कर दिया, सिस्टमेटाइज कर दिया, तो हमने सिविलाइजेशन बना दिया. इसको मैं अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करूंगी. ओके, जस्ट अ मोमेंट. बिकॉज ऑफ आवर ट्रेनिंग कैपेसिटी, हम लोगों का 1400-1600 ट्रेनिंग कैपेसिटी हो ही चुका था. धीरे धीरे हम डेवलप कर रहे थे, बट स्टिल वी वर लाइक एनिमल्स ओनली. हमने धीरे धीरे एक कल्चर डेवलप किया, जो कि कल्चर हमने अपने नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को दिया. राइट, अब जब हमने ये सर्वाइवल इंस्टिंक्ट्स को सिस्टमैटिक बना लिया, एडवांस बना लिया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, रिलीजन पहले भी था. अब आप देखो इस रिलीजन को हम किस तरीके से सिविलाइजेशन में देखेंगे. ठीक है, रिलीजन पहले भी था, इट वॉज नेचुरल गॉड्स. ठीक है, यू कैन से न्यूलिथिक टाइम पे भी था. तो यू नो वी वर बिलीविंग एनिमिस्टिक वैल्यूज, नेचर को गॉड बनाया हुआ है, ये सारा पॉइंट. अब हमने क्या किया, सिविलाइजेशन, इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, इजिप्टियन सिविलाइजेशन. जब सिविलाइजेशन की शुरुआत हुई, तो हमने इसको जैसे रिलीजन को सिस्टमैटिक कर लिया. ओके, मतलब कुछ रिचुअल्स मनाए, और यू कैन से कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा बहुत हम लोगों ने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देना स्टार्ट किया. ओके, हमने कहीं ना कहीं क्या किया, टेम्पल्स बनाने लग गए. ठीक है, हम अपने भगवान को एक जगह सिस्टमैटिकली पूछने लगे. तो सिस्टमैटिक बनाया, एक मंदिर बना दिया, राइट. बुक्स बना दी. बुक्स मतलब स्क्रिप्चर्स बना दिया. नॉट सिविलाइजेशन के टाइम में बहुत जगह आपके पास इंस्क्रिप्शन थे. ओके, बुक्स तो हमारे पास रिटन वैदिक टाइम में आया, लेकिन वो 5000 साल पहले हमने लिखना पढ़ना शुरू किया. लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं नॉट बुक्स बट इंस्क्रिप्शन, देन लेटर ऑन बुक्स की शुरुआत करी. अब हमने सिविलाइजेशन की शुरुआत कर दी. इज दिस नाउ क्लियर? जस्ट अ मोमेंट. इज दिस नाउ क्लियर गाइस? Right? So we have got civilization. अब civilization, कल्चर सिविलाइजेशन हुआ, सिविलाइजेशन से कहीं ना कहीं डाइवर्सिटीज आने लगी. अब आप देखोगे ये कल्चर तो हर जगह मिलेगा, सिविलाइजेशन अलग है. और उसके बाद सोसाइटी. सोसाइटी इज हाईली पर्टिकुलरिस्टिक इन नेचर. इट इज very particular, depends on your geographical conditions, depends on your religion, cultural values. Okay, so this is what you people have to understand. Fine. So as I have said, it's very important for all of us to have this nuanced differences when we are discussing social cultural anthropology. Often we believe that society is same, culture is same, civilization is same, but they are not. Okay, so this is what we have to discuss here. Now, society makes our life livable. It is the nurse of youth, the arena of manhood and womanhood. Society is therefore, Machiavelli puts it more than our environment. It is within us. Society not only liberated the activities of men, but it limits their activities also. Okay, so it controls their behavior in countless ways. Religion, family, morality, these all are mechanisms of social control which help us to live in a society. How we need to have our emotional development, intellectual maturity, how do we are going to satisfy our physical needs, material comforts. These all are the ways. Okay? So this is society. So society is part of our mental equipment and we are part of society. It stimulates the growth of our personality. It liberates and controls our talents and capacities. Okay. Now you need to discuss community. So what is community? What is the difference between society and community? In society, community is a part of society. So in society, you may have weak feelings, we may not have. But in community, one of the crucial elements to call any group setting as community, we require we feeling. For example, Indian community. So I am related to all Indians with respect to their culture. For example, Muslim community. So I am having that we feeling, that we are one. So that common identity, that strong emotional feeling gives birth to community. So community is therefore a geographic area having common centers of interest and activities. Our community is essentially an area of social living. It is marked by some degree of social coherence. Thus, community is a circle in which common associations and institutions will be there. So within the range of community, the members may carry on the economic, religious, political, and other activities. So Hence, community is the total organization of social life within limited space. Village, town, tribe, city, these all are community examples. Yes, please write down this. And both are very important sociologists. So you people can write it down about these names. Written. So community is the smallest territorial group that can embrace all aspects of social life. Community is a social group with some degree of we feeling and living in given area. Okay. So that's what you will see. Now, I want all of you to quickly see elements of community, locality, community sentiment, other aspects of community, definitely stability, naturalness, size of the community, regulation of relations. Okay. तो बहुत जरूरी है आप लोगों के लिए कि अच्छे नोट्स बनाओ. इसमें से डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चंस नहीं आते हैं, बट आपको ये ओवरऑल सिविल सर्विसेज की जर्नी में बहुत हेल्प करेगा. जब आपको क्वेश्चंस आते हैं GS1 में या एसए में भी, कभी आपको सोसाइटी वर्ड यूज करना है, कम्युनिटी वर्ड यूज करना है, कल्चर वर्ड यूज करना है, सिविलाइजेशन वर्ड यूज करना है, तो ताकि आप इसको समझो. राइट, जैसे एक बारी क्वेश्चन आया था कि समथिंग दैट फॉरेस्ट प्रीसीड सिविलाइजेशन and then there was dry something that deforestation follow it, something like that. तो civilization का टर्म में अगर आपको बहुत अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, क्लैरिटी है, तो आप अच्छे से उसको रिफ्लेक्ट कर सकते हो. ठीक है. Now what I want all of you, I would be giving you 5 to 6 minutes. All of you, please make this notes. Then this is a difference between society and community. So society is the web of social relationship. Community consists of a group of individuals living in a particular area with some degree of we feeling. A definite geography area is not an essential aspect of society. Community always denotes a definite locality or geographic area. Society is abstract. Community is concrete. Community sentiment or sense of we feeling may be present, may not be present in a society. Community sentiment is an essential element of a community. There can be no community in its absence. Society is wider. There can be more than one community in a society. Community is smaller than society. The objectives and interests of society are more extensive and varied. The objectives and interests of a community are comparatively less extensive and varied. Societies involve both likeness and differences. Common interests as well as diverse interests are present. Likeness is more important than differences. So please write down these notes, these points in your classroom notes. So you should be knowing the difference between society and community first of all. Keep writing, Udari. Quickly write it down. So after 5 minutes, we will continue. with other concepts.
Written, ma'am.
क्या होगा, राइट? इसके बाद we will discuss about association. Just write down one definition on association. Association is your formal relations, okay? So which comes later into your life, where you are associating with some group or with some organization for some common goals, okay? So association comes in the later part of your life. So an association is a group of social beings related to one another by the fact that they possess or have instituted in common organization with you to securing a specific or specific ends. Okay, so you do have some interests, some collective goals. So in associations, you have some collective goals. That is something you will have to just write it down. Okay, written this. Now quickly come here. You can see political associations. You can see religious association, student associations, right? Now, this is what you people have to write quickly. The main characteristics of associations and human being, you will see a human group, okay? Common interest, cooperative spirit, organization, regulations of relations, association as agencies, durability of associations. All these are common characteristics, okay? Main characteristics of associations. Now, quickly, we should make our differentiation between association and community, okay? So that you people, I mean, these are very important, okay? In your notes, you should be writing these only. So, association is what? Members of an association is voluntary. Individuals are liberated to join them. By birth itself, individuals become members of the community. In this way, membership is rather compulsory. An association has some specific interest or interest. A community has some general interest. दोनों में interest मिलेगा. Association does not necessarily imply the spatial aspect. Community में locality matter करती है. An association may be stable or long lasting. A community is relatively more stable and permanent. Association may have their legal status. Community has no legal status. Association may have their own rules, regulations to regulate relations of their members. They may have written or unwritten rules. Our community regulates the behavior of its members by means of customs, traditions. It does not have written rules or laws. So association is partial. It may be regarded as part of the community. Community is integral. It may have within its boundaries several associations. Okay, so please write down this. Let's quickly write down this. Membership of an association is voluntary. Individuals are at liberty to join them. आप जब चाहो कोई भी एसोसिएशन ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. कम्युनिटी में इट्स कंपल्सरी बाय बर्थ आप कम्युनिटी का पार्ट होते हो. एसोसिएशन में स्पेसिफिक इंटरेस्ट है, कम्युनिटी में जनरल इंटरेस्ट है. An association does not necessarily imply the spatial aspects. Community में spatial aspects होता है. It is marked by locality. Association may be stable and long lasting. Community is relatively more stable and permanent. Association may have legal status. Community has no legal status. Association may have their own rules and regulations to regulate the relations. A community regulates the behavior of its members by means of customs, traditions, and so on. Association is partial. Community is integral. It may be regarded as part of the community. You have 5 minutes. Okay, थोड़ा आप जल्दी लिखना. Gudari, please write down faster.
Chicken, ma'am.
Good. Now, the concept of institution is one of the most important entire field of sociology. Okay, so it is a concept that has not been consistently used by sociologists. Institutions are religion, marriage, family, kinships. Okay, so you can see here, institution may be described as recognized and established usages governing the relation between individuals and groups. Institutions may be defined as the established forms or conditions of procedures, group activity. Institution can be defined as a set of interwoven walkways. So marriage, family, kinship, all these are institutions. Okay. You will find this. So this point people can write down. Social institutions are ubiquitous. They exist in all the societies and existed in all the stages of social development. Family is a social institution, religion, political institutions. These are some of the examples of social institutions. You people can write down this quickly. You people can take out the picture, take out the, you know, take out the picture of it, and then later you people can write it down. Written? Have you taken the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
तो इंस्टीट्यूशंस में क्या मिलता है आपको? एक स्टैंडर्डाइज प्रोसीजर्स एंड नॉर्म्स, ये लिखेंगे। स्टैंडर्डाइज प्रोसीजर्स और नॉर्म्स मतलब मैरिज है तो उसके कुछ नॉर्म्स, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन होंगे। फैमिलीज में डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फैमिलीज होंगे, उन सब के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होंगे। रिलीजन्स के कुछ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होंगे। इन सारे ही सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस के कुछ फंक्शंस हैं, उसको वो फुलफिल करना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस ह्यूमंस ने क्रिएट करी है फॉर सर्वाइवल ऑफ देयर सोशल नीड्स। उनके जो बेसिक नीड्स हैं उसके लिए उन्होंने ये सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस क्रिएट करी है। बेसिकली दीज आर कल्चरल यूनिवर्सल्स। अब धीरे धीरे ये जो कल्चरल यूनिवर्सल से इंस्टीट्यूशंस बन गए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप अपनी लाइफ सोच ही नहीं सकते विदाउट मैरिज। यू कांट सी योर लाइफ विदाउट फैमिली। यू कांट सी योर लाइफ विदाउट रिलीजन। अब ये इंस्टीट्यूशन बन गया है। मतलब अगर आप भगवान को याद करना चाहते हैं तो आपको एक भगवान के लिए फेथ होगा, भगवान से रिलेटेड बातों को आप सच मानेंगे। आपने अपनी जिंदगी सेक्रेट और प्रोफेन में डिवाइड कर दी है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप किसी भी नदी में नहा रहे हैं तो आप नहा रहे हैं, लेकिन आप गंगा में नहा रहे हैं तो आप गंगा जल स्नान कर रहे हैं, आप पवित्र हो गए। तो ये सारे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन हम बना रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो ये हो गया सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशन। अब ये इंस्टीट्यूशन ही हमको बताती है, ये इंस्टीट्यूशन ही हमारी लाइफ को रेगुलेट करती है। ठीक है, तो ये एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट हो गया। रिलेटिवली परमानेंट होता है, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट होता है। इसमें आपको ओरल एंड रिटन ट्रेडिशंस मिलेगा। यहाँ पे आपको कुछ प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी इंस्टीट्यूशंस मिलेंगे। प्राइमरी इंस्टीट्यूशंस ये लिख लीजिए आप, फैमिली हो गया, रिलीजन हो गया, मैरिज हो गया, ये सारे फैमिली, ये सारे प्राइमरी इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं। Then you do have societies grew in size, complexities, progressive. So you will find this. So this may be called secondary institutions like legislation, constitution, examination, parliamentary procedures, business, etc. Okay, so these are your other institutions, secondary institutions. Then institutions has specific functions. So institutions cater to the satisfaction of needs. We do have different needs. It is being fulfilled by institutions only. Institutions control human behavior. Institutions simplify actions for the individual. Institution assign roles and statuses to the individual. Institutions contribute to unity and uniformity. Okay, this is what you people have to write down. Manifest functions, negative functions, then differences between association and institutions. I will explain institutions. यहाँ पे institution का simple मतलब है organized way of doing things. It represents common procedures. Okay. Institutions denotes only a mode of means of service. We do not belong to institutions. We do not belong to marriage, property, education or law. बस हम इसको follow करते हैं इसके rules and regulations को. Institution consists of laws, rules and regulations. Institutions are abstract. An institution does not have locations. The questions where it is makes no sense at all. Thus, we cannot locate examinations, education, marriage, etc. Primarily evolved, the institution does not possess specific names, but as a structure and may have symbol. Institutions are relatively durable. Okay? So social institutions क्या है? Actually, ये social institutions के through ही हम individuals interact करते हैं समाज में. So when we are born without society. We do not know what is culture. We are only born with biological features. But slowly and gradually we become part of a community or a society. Okay, we learn the culture through the process of enculturation, through the process of socialization. Now, primary groups. Primary groups explain us primary institutions or they introduce us to the primary institutions like family. Family is a primary institute. They tell you that how you have to live. They help you to grow. They help you to sustain. Then this primary institution that is, we call it family. They introduce us to other institutions like religion. So they tell us that who is your God, and then we get the idea of okay, there is one God, and then they tell us to behave and work in polity, government. Okay, same with economy. So social institutions are mechanism. These are those factors by which we interact in a society. So how do we have to live in a society? What do we have to do? That's what we learn through social institutions. Now social institutions are socially constructed by individuals only. It is we who has created religion. It is we who has created marriage, family, kinships, polity or economy. Okay, so this is very important for us. You can take picture of it. Is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Now talk about social system. Now, when these social institutions like religion, like family, economy, polity, they are orderly interconnected, it gives birth to social system. So we do have a very systematic life. So when humans are born, we are born okay, in a society. So family would play its role. Religion is there to help us to deal with abstract questions. So if in a family we are witnessing uncertainties, we are going through psychological stress, we will see that it is the will of a God. So we are going to get answers from all of uncertainties or those questions which we do not know. So we think that okay, God, it's God's will, God has created. So religion as a social institution help us, that social groups or individuals, to deal with such psychological stresses. Okay, it's a system. We want to have something, we will pray to God. So it is giving us affirmation. It is a collective effervescence. Collective effervescence, it's just an energy by which we create God. So collectively we have created an institute, that is God, that God is helping us. We cannot prove the existence of God. मानो तो भगवान, ना मानो तो पत्थर. ओके, तो हमको तो उसको हम बता नहीं सकते हैं, बट हाँ, हमारा एक बिलीफ है कि हमारे साथ गलत हो रहा है तो भगवान देख रहे हैं. भगवान है फैसला करने वाला. भगवान ने हमें जिंदगी दी तो उन्होंने हमको मौत भी दी. So this is all like test. We have made theories. तो जब आप समाज में रह रहे हो तो आप अपसेट भी होगे, आपके पास क्वेश्चंस भी होंगे, उसका जवाब रिलीजन दे रहा है. फैमिली हमको बड़ा कर रही है, मदर फादर सिस्टर्स, बिकॉज वी आर सोशल एनिमल, हम अकेले रह ही नहीं सकते. तो वी हैव गॉट फर्स्ट ग्रुप, प्राइमरी ग्रुप एज फैमिली. फिर हम बड़े होते हैं, फिर हम सेकेंडरी ग्रुप्स में जाते हैं जहाँ पे हम काम कर रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं एक फैमिली में काम करती हूँ, फैमिली में रहती हूँ. अब मैंने एक हंटर एंड गैदरर का ग्रुप इस्तेमाल कर रही हूँ, उसमें जाके पार्टिसिपेट कर रही हूँ क्योंकि मुझे खाना लेके आना है अपनी फैमिली के लिए. सो इकोनॉमी इज अनदर ग्रुप, secondary group. So now to have a survival of my family, I am dependent on economy. अब इकोनॉमी में इतने सारे लोग हैं, अलग अलग डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर है, किसका रूल चलेगा, उसके लिए पावर डायनेमिक्स, दैट इज पॉलिटी. तो व्हेन यू विल सी दीज पार्ट्स, ये पार्ट्स है, ये सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है. जब ये सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑर्डरली इंटर रिलेटेड है, हम फिर एक सिस्टम का वी आर गिविंग बर्थ टू सोशल सिस्टम. सोशल सिस्टम बोलिए, सोसाइटी बोलिए, कल्चर बोलिए, it is again interrelated. Okay, so every system have its own boundaries in order to determine what lies within a particular system. Particular system मतलब आपका खुद का culture, specificity. Okay, for example, city is a subsystem in the thaluk and the thaluk is a subsystem. So you do have village में फिर sub villages, like अलग अलग parts. So that is what you will call. Okay, so we have created and an analogy how society is according to Emile Durkheim, Redcliffe Brown, Malinowski. Society is just like a body, human body. So orderly arrangements. Okay, so every institution works together simultaneously to give stability to a system. So this is very important for us. I want all of you to write this part. Take the picture. So human society is a network of human interactions and interrelations. The interaction of individual takes place under such condition that such a process of interaction may be called a system. System refers to the orderly arrangement of parts. Parts का मतलब वही social institutions. Okay. So social system refers to the orderly arrangement of parts. So individuals in their process of interaction influence each other. Okay. So this is what you will see. The social system consists of two or more individuals among whom we find an established pattern of interaction. Individuals in their action take account of how the others are likely to act or behave. Individuals in the system behave in accordance with their shared cultural norms and values. Individuals in the system act together in pursuit of common goals or rewards. The social system is as a concept may represent the entire society or a number of subsystems such as political system, educational system, economic system, judicial system that are found within the society. Okay, so this is what you will see here. I will not ask you to read more on social system because it is more theories. So basics nahi rahega. And then you can see social action. So the word action or behavior is more psychological category and it has been studied by many psychologists. So social action is used by both social psychologists and sociologists. Okay. To write down this. Action is social when the actor behaves in such a manner that his action is intended to influence the action of one or more others. Okay, so our behavior, when we behave, so humans' actions are driven by its ideologies, its thoughts, okay, and that is cultural, okay, it is societal. So whatsoever we are behaving, our social actions are determined by our cultural values, norms, sanctions, whatsoever is being given to us by society. So that is a behavior, that is a social action. So you do not have to go so deep into it on social actions. This is it, okay? So I hope you people have understood. These are some of the basic concepts. What have I done? I have explained certain concepts to all of you. For example, like, what is society, what is culture, what is civilization, what is social group, what is association, institution. In tomorrow's class, I will bring the basics of social cultural anthropology. Okay.